Yeah, that was... Because science will say...
Science.
That today, or tomorrow is fine.
Yeah.
Monday was...
It's about science. It's all about science. I'm not enraged or anything right now.
And then the New Jersey gym. Did you hear what happened yesterday?
What happened?
You guys! Oh my gosh. Okay, so the New Jersey
Who's
gym...
getting arrested now?
It gets way worse than being arrested. So we've been talking about this all week. So if you're not caught up on the New Jersey gym, just get caught up and then return back to this video. But the New Jersey gym, so we've been talking about the owners have been cited. The day before yesterday, members started getting arrested, right?
Yeah.
You go to the gym, you come out, you get arrested for working out. This is what's happening in New Jersey.
That's great.
And the governor, Phil Murphy, is a complete jackass, and he has been literally harassing this gym. So yesterday, it got so bad that the governor mentioned it in his presser, saying that the gym was like super out of compliance and that they're not running their business in a safe way, which is bullcrap. It is this.
Whoa, watch your step. You just walked into some bullshit.
That's what you just walked into.
That's what you just
stepped
walked
right
into.
into it.
So yesterday, because the governor kept saying they need to shut down, we're not ready for gyms to be open, period, the end. Then all of a sudden, their water pipes start backing up. Just randomly, without any warning, all of the toilets start backing up.
It's so weird. It's so very weird.
And then they were forced to close because of it. You cannot tell me that was not orchestrated by the governor. There is no freaking way. That's how petty and awful these governors are.
These people are
being.
evil. They're freaking evil.
And then Gretchen.
Speaking of evil.
So Gretchen, I don't know if you knew this.
Whitmer.
Gretchen Whitmer, she still has that order in place.
Yeah, you can't. You can't move about to your other
summer
home.
homes.
Like if you have a second home, which a lot of people have second. It's not like you don't even really have to be like a super duper rich person. Just a lot of people up there yonder have like a lake house or something, or like a little cabin where they go to, because the lake is a big deal there, right?
Yeah.
Like water sports and things out there. People do that in the summertime. They go and they get on their little lake property or whatever. And she was like, you can't go there.
You can't, because it's not essential.
You can't go. You can't travel there. You have to stay where you are. That's what she said. So you can't go there.
That for you.
You can't go there.
She can obviously go there.
I mean, she can do all the things, right? Because she's the governor.
And, she'd extended the ban on being able to travel to your summer homes. And then even when the ban got lifted at the very end of April, she said, please don't do that. Like, it's not a ban, but we're really pleading with all Michiganders, do not travel to your second
In
homes.
her annoying AF voice, where she was like, don't travel while I make a casserole. You guys don't travel. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
God.
So it's so interesting because there's a radio host up there by the name of Randy Bishop who posted a photo of Gretchen's summer camp, and all of a sudden there were several vehicles at the summer camp. He grabbed a photo of a license plate of one of them. That license plate belongs to one Mark Malloy. Mallory. Mark Mallory. And guess who Mark Mallory is married to?
God, I think it's Gretchen.
It's Gretchen!
It's Gretchen. He's married to Gretchen. That's her husband. Her husband was at their little summer home.
Probably
That's so
with
weird.
her. Probably
That's
with
so
her.
bizarre. So he's allowed to go.
Yeah,
and she's allowed to go.
He's an elite.
But y'all aren't allowed to go.
That's for the peasants. That rule is for the peasants.
Yeah.
Obviously, the elites can do whatever they want,
Yeah.
this is what is happening.
Speaking of power pants, here in our state, we've been moved to phase 3.
What does that even mean? I forget what that
I
is.
have no freaking idea. You know what that is, you guys? Yeah. Yeah. That's basically what that is, phase 3. And the reason that we were moved to phase 3...
Because it was supposed to happen Monday.
It was supposed to happen Monday. But, it's not at all based on science. But we earned it.
It's been moved to Friday.
We earned it.
For our good behavior.
Yeah. We earned it. Like toddlers. That's
Those are the words that came out of our governor's face.
We
He was
earned
like, listen,
it.
you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 days phase 3 early.
Thanks.
Because of your good behavior.
Oh,
You earned this, Indiana.
Thank you so
You
much.
earned it.
We earned it, you guys. Has nothing to do with science or data. We earned it.
I could not believe that happened.
Power pants are really tight. Super tight.
It's a huge problem right now, you guys. Governors are kind of out of control all over the place.
Mayors are too.
Mayors are out of control. Governors. I mean, it's just, wow. It's awful.
It's kind of gross.
It's absolutely awful. And then did you guys see Mika Brzezinski's big fight with Trump, sort of, indirect fight with Trump on Twitter yesterday and on TV? Because she's so mad about him bringing up this whole cold case.
The Joe Scarborough thing.
The Joe Scarborough thing
the
about the
lady
girl
dying.
who died while she
Yeah.
was his staffer way back when
Yeah.
Joe Scarborough was in Congress. So
She's really like on the defense about it. She is on her heels about this, y'all.
And so she mentioned it on Twitter a bunch of times, and then she mentioned it on their show, saying, you know, this cannot be tolerated, and Trump should have his Twitter account locked down, and I am going to tell on him to Jack at Twitter.
Yeah.
And so she did that on Twitter, and then she did it on the show, and then her latest tweet about it said, a call is being set up with Jack and the general counsel. Thanks for your interest. I'll keep you posted. When first she tweeted, if you believe that Trump's Twitter should be taken down because of this, then retweet this, you guys.
I am calling the manager.
I mean,
I
the
am
biggest
so calling-
Karen move ever.
So calling the manager, you guys. I would like to speak to them.
And then we both agreed that, like, when she talked about
Yeah,
this on
she was
television,
a
she
little-
was nervous.
She was getting a little choked up, and her body language was a little strange. Like she was getting all.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Rob, what's up?
I sent you one more piece of audio in addition to, like, the millions of pieces already in there.
It is crazy how quickly your hair has grown back.
Yeah, come show everybody.
It is just nuts. Like it grew back in like 2 seconds.
Because I have incredible testosterone.
Oh my god!
Look at that.
It's crazy.
Like, you have all the hair back.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I wish my hair grew that fast.
Incredible stamina.
Crazy.
Are you excited about phase 3 starting early?
Yeah, we earned it. We earned it.
It's amazing how the science worked out.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I was like, oh, it's science.
That science is, and it's amazing. The 4th of July is the day where the science says everything will be back
I
to
know,
normal.
right?
Yeah.
But isn't it nice that we earned it?
Hey, he's your friend, not mine.
So thankful.
Speaking of governors, Governor DeSantis was absolutely on fire yesterday.
He was on fire. I was like, you get up.
I mean, that is some good governing.
He was not having your crap.
No. So,
He was not having the media's crap. He wasn't having anybody's crap yesterday.
nobody's crap. And we're going to be playing that audio on our regular radio show, which is from 9 to 11 on WIBC.com if you're not here in
He
Indianapolis.
was not having the narrative. He was not having it.
Because you probably heard about this chick, Rebecca Jones, who was fired, and then all the media lost their minds about it. They're like, oh my God, she got fired because she refused to put in fake data that Ron DeSantis wanted her to put into all of these health databases.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Ron DeSantis is basically Hitler. And so then the story, once you actually do the legit journalism and the research.
I mean, nobody does that
Nobody does
anymore. Why
that.
would you do legit journalism anymore? This is America with the K.
When the facts came out, it was very clear that she was not at all how she portrayed herself, nor how the media portrayed her. And so we also are going to be playing clips from Ron DeSantis about that story, because he was like,
No.
not having this. And let me just set you all straight.
Yeah, y'all need to take all the seats.
Every last seat.
Every one of them.
So,
Yeah.
and then you guys, was it last week when the guy called who was panicked?
Oh, yeah. There was a guy that called our radio show last week, and he was just, he basically, we get a lot of, like, the whole, you guys can F off, and F yourselves, and F this, and F that, and you guys are the C word, and you're all the words. And this guy
get called
was
all the
like,
things.
listen, I like you sometimes, but you can F yourselves on this. He was one of those, but, there's always a but. And he was telling us to F ourselves because of, what was it that he didn't like? It was about the masks.
I think it was about
It
the
was
masks.
about masks,
Yeah.
yeah. And he didn't like the fact that we were like, listen, if I don't want to wear a mask, I don't have to wear a mask. I understand that, like, stores and stuff can tell me to wear a mask because they're private businesses, and I get that. They can say whatever they want to say. But for the most part, if I'm outside, I don't want to wear.
Not wearing a mask in my own freaking car.
Not wearing a mask. I don't have to wear one. I just think it's dumb. So anyway, he called and he was like, yeah, and he sounded audibly frightened. He just sounded frightened. And so I made the comment. I was like, listen,
because we played it on our radio show.
I was like, listen, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad at you for telling me to F myself, because I hear that you're angry, and I hear that you're not even just angry, but you're so frightened. And I bet that you're frightened because you're sitting and watching the news and listening to the news all day. And I get it, because so many people are doing that, and they're just scared to death right now because of all the media and all the crap that they're absorbing. And everybody's so, oh God, oh my God, we're all gonna die, you know? And I get it. I mean, I totally get it. And so I made that comment.
She was very nice. It's not like I mean, the guy just told us to F off.
And I was trying to show compassion because I don't think he's alone. I think there's so many people who are just legit afraid, and probably too afraid right now because of the things that they're being fed by the media and everything. So I was trying to show a little compassion for this guy, even though he told me to F myself. And so I said that, and
he's called back now twice since then. So we're going to be playing those voicemails on our show today.
Yeah.
He still sounds every bit as panicked as he tries to say how not panicked he is. So we're going to be playing those just to make fun of him because he deserves it.
Yeah.
Also, we're also going to be talking about a voicemail that we got from a woman who, right outside of our office here, our building is located at Monument Circle in Indianapolis. It's like the central part of town. It's kind of a landmark, if you will. And it has become, under this latest leadership, it has become so gross.
It is just gross.
And there's just panhandlers everywhere, homeless people just sleeping.
And people are crapping on the street.
They're crapping on the street.
Like San Francisco.
It used to be beautiful, you guys.
Oh
It used to be so nice.
Anyway, we don't go out anymore.
No, I won't go out there.
It used to be like when we first started working downtown, we'd go out, we'd enjoy the circle, we would go get like coffee and go to like a little cafe down the street.
We'd sit on the steps of the monument.
And now I'm like, I'm not going to get shot.
No way.
I'm not going out there.
Not going there. Mm-mm. So now there's a woman who's called, this isn't the first time she's called, but she's called a number of times over the past year, I would say, just to kind of report what gross things she has seen.
Yeah.
So like she would call, there's several months ago, she called and she was like, well, there's a huge pile of human shit, like right at this intersection.
It's not funny.
It's not
Pooping's
funny.
not okay.
Pooping is not okay.
It's not okay.
So she calls and she gives us these updates, right? Well, last night, or I don't know if it was last night, this is when I heard it, was last night. She called and said there was a couple having actual sex in a wheelchair on the circle. This is how bad it's gotten, you guys.
It's not what they're for. I'm just putting it out there. I mean,
not what they're for.
Someone probably needs that.
I mean, can you imagine? And a whole bunch of people like start gathering and pointing and watching and like it's gross what's happened to our circle.
Indy. Come
so
on.
Gross.
Get it together, Mayor Hogsett.
Oh, you guys, great news. Wuhan has banned eating wild animals.
Oh, just now? Like what? What just now? They're going to do that just now. That's great.
Yeah, this
Welcome
new policy.
to the party. Welcome to the party, Wuhan.
This new policy went into effect, in fact, on the 13th of this month.
Oh, well, that's nice of them.
But it is only in place for 5 years.
Oh. What? Why? What? So in 5 years, we're going to be like, woo, we get to eat bats again. Woo!
I guess. I
Why?
don't know. It says it's going to stay
so like
in place
in 2020,
for 5 years.
in the year 2025, they're all going to be like, woo!
Bats you can eat them again.
Hey, give me that live bat. Salamander to wash it down with.
So,
what the hell?
It used to be that those wet markets included fox, crocodiles, wolf puppies, salamanders, snakes, rats, peacocks, porcupines, koala bears. Oh my God.
And game
meats. They're saying, you can't do that. Now you got to just limit it to like normal people.
They lost
food.
me at wolf puppies. Who wants to eat a wolf puppy? If you want to eat a wolf puppy,
how could you do that? Oh my God.
I can't.
I can't either.
I don't understand that at all.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who are these two very hot women?
We were just about to get into that.
Talk the Barstool Sports.
This is amazingly juicy, dramatic. Like, I am so into this story right
Okay.
now.
Real quick before you do that, though.
Yeah.
Did you see the governor of Mississippi?
No.
So he's reading the names of people who graduated since they don't get to do like a walk.
Is this the guy that got pranked?
He said Harry Ascrack. the governor of the state read the name Harry Ascrack.
Oh
Do
my
we
God.
know how that happened?
No
we
way.
found out-
Did they slip it into all the other names?
Yeah, like he's reading all the kids' names.
And he said Harry Ascrack?
Yeah.
I
Oh my
am
God.
7 because I love this story
God,
so
that
much.
is the greatest
And he
thing
had no
ever.
idea, he just kept going.
Who did, like, do we know who
No.
was responsible for
But
that?
I love that person.
That person needs to be our friend.
This is
immediately.
the sort of thing I would do to Eric
Why?
Polka.
Like, that would be us doing it to. Oh my God, that person.
Oh my God.
That person needs to. We need to send that person donuts or something.
Is this audio? She's talking about her daddy or something, and I want to know more.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
well,
no,
this-
no. She's not talking about her
These
actual
people
daddy.
who do the podcast, I'm a little bit horrified by this podcast and how popular it is. I am. And I'm not even a prude. You know I'm not a prude, Rob. But like these girls, she told me one was Amish and one was Mormon.
That is correct.
And these girls are now, they're like, we have we're not feminists and we're not.
Okay, back up, because nobody knows what you're talking about. So there is a podcast called Call Her Daddy, right? And it's these two girls, 26 and 27, Alex and Sophia, and they started a podcast where they were best friends. This was 2 years ago. They started this podcast. A month after it started, Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, who you probably know. 'cause
Who's great.
He's awesome.
He's great.
So he picked it up. He bought it. He offered them a 3-year contract with an annual salary of $75,000 plus bonuses to do this podcast once a week, in which they discuss all matters of their sex lives. I mean all of them.
everything.
Because the one chick has the fake hands. It's, very
It's
clear.
possible.
This
They
product-
made it.
No, trust me, she
everything
does.
about
Okay.
these chicks is like, and when we
Oh,
talk like this, you know how when we talk like this, you guys, we talk. That's how they actually talk.
For actual real, which
I
is
mean,
why I
it's-
wanted you to get that audio.
It blows me away. I'm like,
It's
this is
amazing.
not even ironic. It's like this is them
Okay,
in
so
real
that's
life.
why you wanted that audio.
It's-
because there's now all this drama, and
It's
so we need the audio
remarkable.
to go with the drama. Because you guys, what happened when Barstool picked them up is it exploded, and now it's one of the most popular podcasts in the world. They have millions of subscribers. They are enormously popular. They have made a complete huge pile of money,
which is a commentary
for
on
Barstool.
society, and that's a whole other.
That's a whole other thing. It's the reason the Kardashians are popular.
They
right?
just
No,
talk about
it's just-
banging dudes?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all they talk about. That's all they talk about is their sexual escapades and how they're just complete tramps.
Would people here to pay me talk about that with chicks?
No.
Why not?
Nobody
Just
wants to
would
hear
not.
that, Rob.
Nobody would.
wants to hear you talk about that.
Because they're hot.
I mean, you can try doing that
You
on
can
your Sunday
try
show.
it, but I mean, it's going to be more popular when women talk about their sexual escapades with men.
When two hot girls
Back to the drawing board.
are
Yeah,
talking
back
about
to
their
the
sex lives, men are going to listen, and they appeal to young girls like them because they try to present like this whole image of being super empowered feminists not controlled by men, but now in fact one of the boyfriends
is
destroying
controlling
everything.
destroying everything. So it's interesting how that works.
So the reason
Yeah.
that this
There's
is
always
story,
a man. There always is a man that comes in, and there you go.
The
Yeah.
reason that this is a story is because over the last several weeks, they have not done their podcast because there's been this threat of them leaving Barstool and taking their show to a different platform, thanks to Sophia, the brunette. Her boyfriend is an HBO executive, and he's been trying to shop them around behind
like, you can-
Barstool's back.
Yeah, and he's basically like, you can do better, right? So this
And
is what's-
they've built an incredible... Well, Barstool has built up their brand, which they gave up the rights to when they signed that
they
contract.
shouldn't have signed the contract for
They
3
shouldn't have
years. They
signed it
signed
like
a
that.
3-year contract.
And that was... They didn't know any better to
Because-
save the rights to their name. Because they're idiots.
And now they're like, we can do that.
And Dave from Barstool owns all the merchandising rights, owns the name, owns everything about that podcast. Well, they tried to shop it out, and then Dave caught wind. There's been all this drama, threat of lawsuits, blah, blah, blah.
But he counteroffered.
And it was the most generous offer ever!
The counteroffer was freaking amazing. The counteroffer was like, I'll give you $500,000
A
a piece, and let you stay for just 1 year. We'll cut your contract short. You can stay for 1 year, get $500,000 to do this podcast about talking about your sex lives. And they didn't,
Once a week.
and only one wanted to take it. Only one of these girls.
The girl with the boyfriend kept saying, "Oh no, you can do better." So the blonde Alex wants the deal.
Of course.
Brunette Sophia with the boyfriend
She's
doesn't
like,
want the deal.
"Mm-mm."
Now the girls are fighting with each other.
Yeah.
So I don't see how this gets resurrected.
you take that deal.
I mean,
you take that deal is what you do. You take it for a year and then you move on if you think you can do better. But I can't, these girls, man.
But they were trying to do it really, really stealth and in a mean, awful way to Barstool, because they were going to go and take their call her daddy show and turn it into the father's podcast or something similar, but different enough that it wouldn't be a legal issue. But I mean, they were going to still bust out of their contract a year and a half early, and Dave was going to sue them, and rightly so.
Yeah,
it was a 3-year contract.
Because he owns the rights to that podcast. They signed the contract.
Them. Like, he helped make them famous.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is a really juicy story. So I started listening to some of the clips of their show, and it was so vapid and insanely stupid and really graphic. And again, we are not prudes, but damn.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And I guess it's just, to me, again, it's a commentary on what people listen to, what people really love, right? I mean, we have a podcast. We talk about transgenders in sports. And, you know, it's like we get, I don't know, a couple thousand hits on things, right? These girls, they are so popular because this is what people want to listen to. People want to, it makes me kind of sad. It just makes me kind of sad, right? Because this is what young people want to listen to. They want to listen to this garbage. I say it's garbage because, listen, the owner of Barstool Sports is smart because he knows how to make money. He's making money off these girls.
Crazy.
I don't begrudge him for that.
He's even making money, you guys, off of the boyfriend now, because they nicknamed him Suit Man. He's selling merchandise with Suit Man on it.
Smart.
And he is making all that money.
He's
It's
a capitalist. I give it up to. Good for him. He's a good businessman. I mean, good for him. He's doing all the right things, right? He knows how to do it. But I look at like society and how, you know, they're just like, I want to listen to these young girls talk about all the things and what they do, and these girls have to have parents. I mean,
I can't imagine that there's good relationships with those families right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when she especially does the voice, do it.
Yeah, and I talk like that. And they talk like that.
That is how they actually sound.
They actually sound like
no
this.
Exaggeration, you guys. Not even a little bit. Like, I feel like when we do that, we're exaggerating.
We have the fry and we exaggerate the fry. That's how they talk.
It is
This is
incredible.
how they talk.
And people can listen to that for an hour at a time.
I know, because it just, I guess, you know, because they're talking about all the things.
Yeah, because like
all
there was
things.
one episode, I went down the rabbit hole last night because I became so intrigued by this whole fight.
Yeah.
Because now Dave has, you know, he's busting in on their social media account and releasing videos telling the whole story.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Because he owns them.
Yeah.
He owns the brand. And it's, I mean, they signed the contract.
They signed the contract.
You signed the contract. You're in it. You're in it.
So there's a lot of disappointed fans right now, though, who really love that show. And I don't see that show ever coming back in its form that people were accustomed to.
I think it's funny when people are like, you should own your brand. Well, I mean, you don't own your brand if you hand it, they should have taken the deal. Take the $500,000 for a year,
right? Because they were trying to say, well, we want $1 million a year each.
God.
Plus, we want all the rights to all of our stuff. And Dave's like, no. But I'll give you a hugely good deal.
And how old are they? Like
26 and 27.
Good Lord.
It's incredible. I mean, and by the way, at least, well, I don't know what's going on right now, but they live together. These are best friends who live together.
Oh my God.
I don't know how that's
they're probably never going to work again. Lauren just said, can you imagine that voice in bed?
Well, I mean, a lot of guys don't have to imagine it.
A lot of guys.
Because they sleep with a lot of guys.
Yeah, because they have to have material to talk about.
Yeah.
So they're.
And they also take advice, or they give advice to people who write to them saying, what do I do if I'm like the ugly person around all of my friends and I don't ever get action? And they will answer that question. And these are the kinds of questions
that voice is not exaggerating.
It's not. In fact, I probably wasn't frying hard enough.
Oh my God.
It's more like that.
It's more like that. But listen, they're successful, and I'm not even jealous. I'm just saying it. They have way more success, and it's a commentary on society. That's what people want. This is what people want to hear. They want to listen to that, and that is, it's America, man. It's what people want. What they want. People want what they want. So there you go.
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get into the clips of the show, but I am into this story. I'm into how this is all gonna pan out, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just so intriguing to me, this entire fight.
It is really, really.
Especially because they're all like, we don't need no man. We're so independent, and we're just gonna be single forever. And then the girl gets with the guy, and the guy ruins everything. Like, she literally does all the things that she advises girls not to do.
Don't let a man ruin it. He's totally ruining it.
Did you see the study on beards?
No, what is the study?
So this is the dumbest study ever.
Men have evolved to grow beards in order to protect their jaws from incoming punches from foes.
So, I mean, that was a study, but, like, money was spent to figure that out.
I bet you it was, like, taxpayer money, too.
It was University of Utah, so...
Probably taxpayer money.
That's a publicly funded...
Somebody did that. Like, somebody probably spent a year doing that study. Like, they got a grant, and they did that study about beards. You're a beard person, right?
I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like it.
I like beards. Beards are fine. I could take them or leave them. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like a change every now and then.
Yeah.
So sometimes my husband has one and sometimes he doesn't, and I like it both ways.
Depends on the guy.
Yeah, and I don't like the kind that go like this long. I don't
like the Duck Dynasty beards?
No. And then, especially when they get all scraggly.
Yeah.
Like if they're nicely kept, then that's cool.
You don't like a bluegrass beard, if you will?
No. Yeah. Or like who's the guy that had all the rubber bands?
I don't know.
Remember in the Cyndi Lauper video?
All the rubber bands in his beard. You don't like that? Well, listen, if you ever need to put your hair up, you can just go grab one and put your hair up. You'll be like, thank you. It's very convenient.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of hair, what did I have in here about Operation Haircut?
We have a bunch of
Operation Haircut. Yeah, because that happened in Michigan yesterday. Did you guys see that? Michigan people, did you know about Operation Haircut? There were all these barbers and hair salon people who went to it was Lansing.
She's doing this.
Sorry.
She's doing this, you guys, which means she needs somebody to answer her. Lansing is the answer.
They got on the front lawn of the Capitol and started just giving haircuts. Like they were just doing haircuts out in the open, in the wild, if you will.
In the wild.
And so
it's like Edward Scissorhands.
It was inspired by that one dude, that sweet little barber who whose license got suspended. Remember in Michigan?
Yeah.
And so there were all kinds of demonstrators who came to support Operation Haircut, and then the police had to release a tweet saying, "We're going to have to give you citations if you do that." And so I like that though, that they were just cutting hair. Anybody who needed a haircut, you just go to the Capitol and get your haircut, despite what Gretchen said.
I really do feel sorry for a lot of hairstylists, like salon owners and stuff like that, and barbershop people these days that are just that are not able to make a living right now.
And for no reason.
And for no reason at all. It's just really, really dumb. Let's see. Anything else going on?
Well, we're going to be playing the latest Biden dementia clip.
Yeah.
Damn.
No idea where he is.
No idea what he's saying.
No idea who he is, where he is.
Oh, and then Pelosi was talking about confabulators, which I had to look up. And she also talked about doggy doo. And how Trump carries doggy doo with him on his shoes everywhere he goes. And then everybody else gets the doggy doo on them.
Okay.
So that's...
She is losing her mind.
It's already lost.
Yeah.
It's way far away.
It's all the Tracker Jacker juice. It's too much Tracker Jacker juice in her head.
It's like full on Tracker Jacker
so
venom.
Much, you guys. She has so much in there. All right.
All up in
so
there.
we probably need to go do the things.
You guys, I am not here tomorrow.
She's not. I may or may not do, I may check in with you guys.
And then we're not here Monday.
It's a long weekend. It's like basically a 4-day weekend is what we're experiencing. On Monday, they do a lot of normally we would have the race.
Yeah, the Indy 500 is supposed to be this Sunday, you guys, and it's not.
Normally that would be a big thing here, and we would be at home, sitting in our homes, and then they would broadcast the Indy 500. This is what they've done every year since we've been here, and forever here at Indy.
It's a pretty big deal, the month of May.
It's a massive deal, but this year, obviously, we're not doing that. They're not doing that here. I have no idea what they're going to broadcast. And
they'll have specials.
They're going to have stuff, but it won't be the Indy 500, and so it's really weird and sad, and it's bizarre this year. Everything is so bizarre. But yeah, it's a 3-day weekend for me, a 4-day weekend for her, and we're just, we're going to try to enjoy it. And just try to sleep in and basically not shower.
I'm not wearing any pants.
It's a no pants weekend, you guys.
Except I'm going out to dinner tomorrow to cake
bake. She's going to cake bake,
and I will wear pants. I will wear pants for that.
Somebody wanted me to do the Bernie voice. You need to bring me some cake.
It'll be old.
I'm asking once again for your support. For your cake support. You guys. All right, so I may check in, I may not. It depends. Usually, like when she's not here, I'm having to do the show on my own, and
there's a lot.
It's a lot because Rob is no help at all.
I'm just taking like some days here and there. She's taken the whole first week of June off.
Yeah.
Like in a row. So I decided to sprinkle.
Yeah.
She is doing the whole
she's
shebang.
Gonna sprinkle. And then the week of 4th of July, we're both taking off too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm doing 2 vacations very close together. And so she's gonna...
And I'm not.
Yeah. Because we didn't really get much of a spring break this year.
No. Well, I definitely didn't because my kid was in the hospital the whole time.
Yeah.
So that sucked.
Yeah. And we really only took like 3 days instead of taking, because when all this COVID stuff happened, we both had spring breaks planned. And then we were like, well, screw that, because there's really not any reason to take spring breaks. And so... And then I was supposed to go to Europe this summer, and that ain't happening. So
that just sucks so hard.
It sucks all the monkey balls, like
every last ball.
I'm just so So everything just kind of, everybody knows everything kind of stinks, and so we're just trying to take, and we talk about this stuff every day. And it's not, we're not asking anybody to feel sorry for us, because we are so grateful to have jobs and we're grateful to be doing what we do. But sometimes we just need a break.
Yeah, like at 11 o'clock today, I am checking out.
And at 11 o'clock tomorrow, I am checking out. So it's one of those things where every once in a while you just need a break and you need to not watch the news and think about the news. So that's kind of what we're doing. But anyway, bring it in. Bring it in, you guys. We hope you have a great, if we don't talk to you, have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend.
And we'll talk to you on Tuesday morning.
Bye, guys.
Bye.